What's going on, guys? It's a new, bright, beautiful day outside. Of course, we're sporting the Chili Prepper today with our sunroof open, and of course the new rock sliders, as you can tell. But anyway, that's not what the video is about today. It's about our Milwaukee tool collection. Of course, we got some on the Fab table. We got some in our tool drawers. Of course, on our tool boxes. Of course, we got some hanging up on the wall here, and a few other things laying around here in the shop. And of course, we also have the banner, which is hanging on the wall. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that. But anyway, let's get into this video. So let's cue the intro.
This could be us. So back to what I was saying. Could be us. Say please. Could be us. Say please. Could be us. Say please. Could be us.
Of course, guys, before we get into this video, we need to clear the Fab table so I can start laying out the tools, so we can lay out these tools on the Fab table. So anyway, let's clean that up, and of course, we're going to do that with a time lapse. Alright guys, so let's take all these tools down and gather them all up. I'm not going to take the battery chargers down because they're in place, but we do have allotment of batteries, as you can tell. But anyway, let's take all the tools down and put them on the table. Let's go over this tool collection that we have here. So I am including some corded versions because they are all still power tools to us, but they are all still Milwaukee. But anyway, let's get to it. The first set of tools I'm going to be telling you guys we were given by our grandpa, but they are the original M12 drill driver and the original M12 impact driver. So these are definitely used a lot here at the shop. We use them pretty much every day when we're here. They sit at the edge here of our fabrication table right by the bandsaw. They're very, very useful little drills and impacts. They're definitely really good home gamer units. So I would recommend maybe giving these a try if you're a new homeowner, or if you want to give it as a graduation present. Someone just graduated high school or college. They're great little units. So anyway, to continue that, our very first purchase of Milwaukee tools were the M18 impact driver and our M18 drill drivers. So these are nice units. We do have 3 sets of these. One of our sets is missing right now. That is being used by our friend Jake. We do have 3 sets of these because we were using 2 on a construction site and we had 1 at home to have around at the house. These are great units. These do come as a set, or you can buy the tools individually, but they are definitely a bigger bang for your buck when you buy them as a set. I think the set's $150, but they do come with, you can get in either version with a big battery and a small battery, or 2 small batteries. Just depends on what set you get. Okay, the next tools that we purchased were the giant impact wrench here, which is Big Bertha. This is a first generation M12 fuel impact wrench. It is 1/2 inch. It does have the ball detent. This does not have the hog ring. But the first generations do have 2 speeds here, 1 and 2. Of course, this one comes in handy when we can't get those stubborn lug nuts bolts off, or maybe we need to take axle nuts or yoke pinion nuts off, or flywheel bolts off. This little wrench here is great to have around the shop. I do recommend getting this one too. They do have a newer version of these. They're well worth the money. Alright, so the next set of tools that we purchased were the Sawzall and the circular saw, which also our friend Jake right now is using. We'll give you a part number of the circular saw, and I will also put it here somewhere in the video. The part number for that is a 2830-20. We did buy that as a bare tool, just the tool, no batteries. But anyway, the Sawzall here, you see us use this a lot. The reason why we bought the Sawzall and the circular saw at the same time is, one, when we were working construction, we needed a demo tool and a precision circular saw. And of course, we already had the M18 batteries from all the other sets that we had, so we kept with that program. So we kept buying more Milwaukee tools. Of course, you see us use this here at the shop all the time. The last video you saw us use this were on the fabrication of the rock sliders. This is a handy unit to have. Of course, the little hacksaw here, don't count it out. It does have a small purpose in life here at the shop. We do use it on small little odd jobs. It is very home gamer like, but it still can be used in a very great fashion. It is definitely meant for doing smaller jobs, such as cutting down little smaller 1x material, small plywood, and also copper tubing or PVC pipe. So the next set of tools we bought for the shop when we moved here were probably our fabrication tools, which is the grinders and the debur tool. And those are great to have here at the shop. Of course, our first purchase was this grinder. It is a little funky right now, as you can tell. This does have a belt sander on it attachment. My mad scientist of a brother decided to make this little thing for it, but it was definitely used very well. It still works. It is the brushed version. So the next two that we have are the M12 or M18 fuel versions, of course. We had to have two because you can't just not have two grinders here at the shop. Having more than two is great because you can have one set up with a cutting wheel and of course the other set up with either a grinding wheel or a flap disc like this one is. So to go along with all those tools, we do have a few specialty tools. So some of the specialty tools I'm going to include are this die grinder. This die grinder is great because we use it here a lot at the shop to take off casting flash off blocks, of course, deburring some edges, deburring inside pipes, making holes a little bit bigger when you drill a hole in something. Of course, they do make all in sorts of different bits for these. This is a metal bit. They do make aluminum bits and, of course, different carbide bits for wood and other stuff like that. And of course, with the specialty tools, you have to include the 90-degree drill driver and of course the 90-degree impact driver. These kind of come hand in hand with each other. The drill driver obviously is very exponential. Smaller compact stuff you can get into a smaller area. We used this tool the other day on this van to drill a hole in a head bolt that broke flush at the block to get an extractor on there. And then of course this impact is very handy too. You can use it, we usually use it for taking off bumper bolts that are way stubborn in the frame. And of course it does have 1 and 2 speeds. Both of them have reverse and both of them have throttles that you can use down here or up here. So the next tool purchase we purchased here at the shop was hand in hand with each other. They go great here at the shop because we do a lot of automotive work, of course, which is they are going to be the M12 little ratchets here and the mid torque impact wrenches, 1/2 inch, of course. They do have 3 speeds here, as you can tell. They pack a nice wallet for what size they are. One of them is set up with a 1/2 inch detent, or with a detent, and the other one has a hog ring on it. Of course, the 3/8 ratchet is a great tool to have here. It's nice to use to take off little bolts and nuts, of course, little fasteners, and it is a great alternative than packing the air-tooled version around. They won't replace big ratchets, of course, but they do work in tiny areas. Of course, the next set of tools I'm going to be telling you guys about are the vacuums we have. We have 3 here. This is a 2-gallon wet dry vac. This is a first generation of this wet dry vac because it uses the multi-battery usage of the old 18-volt NiCad, of course. That's the old 18-volt NiCad version. And of course, you can see you can use 2 batteries. You can use the old 18-volt NiCad and the newer M18 lithium batteries. Of course, to go with that, we use these for cleaning out cars and little knick-knack jobs around a shop here, or going out home and cleaning up little messes. We do have the compact versions. This is the 18-volt version and the 12-volt version, both being used for doing little jobs, of course. We use the big one a lot for cleaning out underneath little carpets, of course, under seat brackets in cars, little jobs. All right, guys, this one's pretty funny, but this was given to us. This little 4-volt Milwaukee lithium screwdriver is probably one of the handiest tools we have at the shop, and it's my actual favorite tool here at the shop. It does get used a lot. This is kind of like an earlier version tool. It's definitely something that they were trying to get into, but they kind of stepped away from it. This is very handy to use if you want to take off screws out of in cars for doing like dashes, car doors, or little tiny brackets and stuff at home. But it is a great little unit by itself. So the newest purchases that we have bought in the last couple of months is probably this little 1/2-inch M12 fuel hammer drill. This thing is amazing. This also sits over here at the corner of the bandsaw on our fabrication table. It is a hammer drill, so it's very versatile. You can use it on concrete, metal, screw, wood, all sorts of stuff. Of course, you just can't count the little guy out. You have to also get the bigger brother version. So the bigger brother version we use also a lot here at the shop. We use it to drill bigger pieces of metal. It is also a 1/2-inch chuck as well, and it also is a hammer drill. So to go along with all of the cordless tools, we do have some corded tools. We do have a corded shear here. This is a sheet metal shear. It can do a certain gauge of aluminum. I don't remember it at the top of my head, but this thing is very handy for cutting down stocks of sheet steel. Very versatile. We bought this about 2 years ago. This is a great tool to have. Of course, with the corded tools, we do have 2 of these bandsaws. Of course, one being in storage right now, but this is one of the newer ones that we have. This is a very nice machine when it is set up here on this fabrication table. And of course, we have one over there so we can use it out of town or when we're not here at home at the shop. And it does have a switch that you can buy from Harbor Freight. I think it is like $20 or something like that, but it is a foot switch. Great little thing there. And of course, we do have corded Milwaukee grinders here over on the welding bench over here. This is a great setup for people. This is just some angled iron with some brackets, and you can hang your grinders on. Of course, with all those Milwaukee batteries, you have to have some kind of nice battery charger. So we do have the 6-bay M18 battery charger and the 4-bay Milwaukee charger. And of course, the little 4-volt lithium battery for that little screwdriver. With all of those, we do have a lot of tools and bags for all the other tools. We have a few contractors bags. Of course, we got some chargers in there. We got some bags and hard cases for some of the drill drivers and impacts. And of course, here's the other bandsaw. And of course, here's some chargers in a bag and some other few little vacuum parts we have in here. We do have some of the new rapid chargers and some of the older chargers. We probably have about 6 of these things. But anyway, let's get back to the table. All right, guys, we're back at the table. As you can see, I'm going to give you guys the grand total of how much money we have spent here. I have written all the part numbers down, M18, M12, and all the corded stuff we have. But our grand total here is about $6 grand. We're about $250 shy. We're at $5,759.86. So anyway, guys, that's our tool collection. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that like button. And also comment down below what tool you guys like in here in this collection. And as always, when we do hit 1,000 subscribers, we will be doing a Milwaukee tool fuel giveaway. We're probably going to be doing a 1/2-inch hammer drill, M12, or the M12 stubby impact wrench. And of course, maybe a 1/2 inch M18 mid torque wrench. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy the video. Thanks for watching.